traveling to another country, it definitely will break you out the matrix. Going to another place other than the environment you've been raised in, I feel like you really could open your mind up to a whole nother universe, whole nother dimension. Because when you actually step foot into like a different country, you can feel the energy like off rip. You can feel everybody energy. You can feel the freshness, the newness, like fresh air, fresh people, fresh environment. It changes who you is. Like, it'll definitely change who you is. Like, you'll never go back to being the same person once you step foot out of your environment where you from. Because you get so used to being in the same environment, you start to do things like over and over and over and over and over and over. So your mind and your body really connects to where you at. You get what I'm saying? So if you place yourself in a different environment, especially a new environment, it really changes how you think. Like, once you change the way you think, once you change the way you see things, you know what I'm saying? Because you can get stuck doing something over and over and over, and then you're not even realizing, like, what it's doing to you mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, all that good stuff. But once you step foot into the environment, you kind of change. It kind of changes you for the better. And then you start seeing people differently, too. You start seeing, like, your friends differently. You start seeing, like, your family members differently. You start seeing, like, pretty much everybody so differently. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never go back to that same mentality. And then they'll see you differently, too. Like, they'll start feeling like you changing. They'll start feeling like, you know what I'm saying, you better than them. You know what I'm saying? They can't connect with you no more. Like, once you go to another country, like, for a long, not even if you go for a weekend or so, or if you go often, I'll just say that. If you go often, you definitely will change. It definitely will change you. It'll change how you see things and how you connect with people. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a big people person. That's why I do like to travel and learn languages. I'm learning Chinese. I'm learning Hebrew. I'm learning Spanish. Those are the main ones I'm learning right now. I'm learning other ones too, little other languages, but slowly I'm picking up on the language. But the three main ones right now is Hebrew, Chinese, and Spanish. I picked up a little Creole the other day too, so I'm learning different languages. But being in the Dominican Republic too, staying here for a long period of time, it really opened my eyes up to a lot. Right? It really changing me as a person. I'm really getting to see different people in different environments and learning the language and how they say certain things, the structure of their words. It's really changing me. You know what I'm saying? In a good way. I'm learning the bad things, the negatives too, and I get to see the negatives. When you see the negatives in another environment also, you get to see how they live versus how you was living back home. And a lot of other countries are going through worse situations, if not the same. But in different environments, you get to capitalize a little bit more, too, depending on who you are and what's your talents and what's your, God-given blessings, as most would say. You know what I'm saying? Because we all have different downloads on this earth. You know what I'm saying? We all got different things we're good at. You know what I'm saying? So me being in the Dominican Republic, I felt it was a little more better for me. And like I say, it's when you stay here too, like certain places like Dominican Republic, South America, it's certain things you can do, like the overhead when it comes to paying, you know what I'm saying, the dollar, because the dollar is worth more in different countries, right? So in these countries here, that dollar, it really lowers your overhead to do what you want to do. If you got certain traits, like me, I do camera work and I do a little bit of investing. So I get to really you know what I'm saying, work my magic, what I want to do online. You know what I'm saying, make my money that way online. But it really, like I said, it really changes you and molds you when you go into a different environment. Like even when I first started into, I'll say Mexico, another Spanish environment, when I was trying to learn Spanish, right? In Mexico, over there, them people, it's so, them people be moving. I'm talking about, them people be, like I say, a lot of places, it remind me like the hustle. Like, it's just so, it's like a hustle culture. These people don't stop moving. These people do not stop moving. And it kind of like put that into, I was already a hustle type of person, like always trying to get it, right? Each and every day. But like when I step foot in like the Mexico, the Dominican Republic, the Jamaica, places like that, I just seen how they would hustle. You know what I'm saying? They got a certain aura about them where they just don't give up. No matter if it's $1, $2, them people don't give up. They gotta make that money, they gonna make that money. right? So like I said, being in different environments, it really teaches you different types of things. When I was in Dubai just taught me, like, this the lifestyle I really want to have. You know what I'm saying? Them people over there, they got a different lifestyle. They dollar, like, they money and shit, like, it's so different, bro. Like, they money, when I seen the colors of their money and just how they were just spending it, like, just spending money like it wasn't nothing, bro. The houses, the cars, the taxis was damn near, they had BMWs and Mercedes and Lambos as taxis, bro. I was like, what's going on? I'm like, that really did something to my mental. Like, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could just ride in this like a regular Uber, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're trying to change my mentality type. Like, I was like blown away by that. So it gives you that mentality, like, no matter where you from, just, you know, you can do it. You got to be in that environment, because most people thrive off the environment they're placed in. You know what I'm saying? They get molded and taught off the environment they're in. You get what I'm saying? So sometimes you do have to switch where you at in life. You know what I'm saying? Change your environment. Come up on that environment. You know what I'm saying? You learn from that environment. You use whatever you got to really get what you want. You know what I'm saying? In that environment. Whatever you, like I say, whatever your God-given talent is, if you're in that environment, you're going to capitalize off that environment. If you never change your environment and nothing changes in the environment, you stand in the same environment, you're going to be the same person. You know what I'm saying? So you really got to get out there in a different type of reality. That's why I say I'm moving, I'm traveling. I invest my money into traveling, because traveling really is really upping my mental. It's really getting me somewhere spiritually, like mentally, where I never really was before. No matter what people may say, back home, people say this, they say that. But at the end of the day, you put that work in, you leaving everybody behind. People can say what they want to say. Once you get to that point of success you get to, when they start seeing you, then their eyes really start to open up. You know, you don't never let nobody tell you can't do this, can't do that, or try to, like, bring you back down to their levels, because they don't understand you no more based upon what you doing every day now. Now your lifestyle changed. Now they trying to base their life off your life. You know what I'm saying? Saying, like, people will say the most ridiculous thing because you don't mess with them, or you growing without them. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing what you've been through, the things you've been through, the downs you've been, whatever you had to do to get there into that situation. Because it's not easy changing environments. It's not easy getting to the next place. You know what I'm saying? Getting to another plateau of life. It ain't easy. People don't understand that. The people that's moving understand that. The people that's in the same spot, they don't understand that. You got to leave them folks behind. They ain't going to understand you anyway. You start getting money and them people ain't got the same amount of money you got, they not going to understand you anyway, bro. You're going to be left them folks behind. So you got to keep it moving, keep it pushing, keep evolving. Because at the end of the day, I ain't gonna lie, time's speeding up. And the lifestyle we living now, how in the world is going out, the world is changing right in front of our eyes. If you're not changing with it, if you're not learning about life, learning about the world, learning about evolution and what's going on, you're going to get left behind. You're going to get left behind. Even the people with the money, they understand that too. If they don't do something with their money going to keep dwindling it down. You got to keep hustling. You got to keep learning. You got to keep exploring. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep with the times. If you don't, you're going to get left behind. You know what I'm saying? So getting out the matrix, getting outside your environment really helps you out. I'm telling you, it'll put money in your pocket. You meet new people. I met so many new people. Like, really, this is a whole nother topic. How I really, networking and meeting new people and building that relationship with others. You know what I'm saying? Building that relationship with people. I've been doing this for years. I got good relationships with a lot of people. Building relationships. That'll keep your pockets full too. If you got good people in your corner, no matter where you go on this earth, you're going to be good. You dig what I'm saying? They always going to come back, do business with you. If you do good business with people, they always going to come back, bro. They always going to come back. Especially if you're a good person, they always going to come back. They always going to make sure you got money in your pocket, as long as you got the service they need. They always going to make sure you're good. You dig what I'm saying? You gotta keep moving. You know what I'm saying? People see you moving, they're going to move right along with you. They're going to be like, okay, he doing something. I want to do what he doing. He doing something different. I want to do exactly what he doing. Because if people don't know where to put their money at, give them somewhere to put their money at. Keep your thoughts forming. Keep being creative. Keep putting stuff out there. Keep growing. Keep learning. Information is the key to life right now. People don't understand that. Information is the key to life right now. We in the information age, bro. You got to start learning. You got to start picking up a book. You got to start learning. Even musicians, they having problems right now because it's always a new rapper now. It's always a new rapper, a new artist, a new singer, a new beat maker, a new producer. You know what I'm saying? A new videographer. All us. You got to keep up with the times and information. Everybody doing it now. Everybody picking up a phone. Everybody doing something now of the same status. You get what I'm saying? So if I'm saying it's just breaking out of that matrix of life in general. You know what I'm saying? But leaving the States, leaving the country, that really opened my mind up to see how everybody else live and what the dollar can do in a different country. Somebody said one time to me, like, oh, he left because of inflation. I mean, duh, nigga. Yeah. Because I took my money and put it somewhere else so my overhead can be low so I can start working on myself. So I don't got to worry about bills. I ain't got to worry about paying a high overhead. I can spend that money on investing in myself, right? I got money put away. I can get this and get that and get the newest clothes and get all that. But for what? I'm grinding right now. I ain't worried about all that stuff. I got people to feed. I got stuff to do. I'm not worried about all that stuff. Like $1 million ain't $1 million no more in this world. You know what I'm saying? 100,000 ain't 100,000 no more. 10,000 ain't 10,000 no more, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about no clothes. I'm not worried about no house. I'm not worried about none of that. Until I really get to how I really want to get to, that's when I'm going to start spending money on what I want to. Because people say them things when they see you moving, right? When they don't understand you getting out a different environment. You get what I'm saying? Changing your environment changes your mentality. So my mentality has grew. Like I say, just talking to different people, even the women. You know what I'm saying? Talking to different women. My mental has changed talking to different women outside the country, right? Like I'm here in Dominican Republic, okay? The mentality here, these women are just totally different from the mentality of even Dominican women back in the States, right? The black women, the white women, the Spanish women in general. You know what I'm saying? Even when I was in Mexico, their mentality was different from the Mexican women in the States. You know, their mentality is just different, right? When I'm here in Dominican Republic, these women mentality here is like, it's a day-to-day thing. They trying to get by day-to-day. See, back home, women trying to get by month to month. All right, they trying to get by month to month or a few months to a few months. You know what I'm saying? These women here trying to get by day-to-day, right? They got stuff they got to do on a daily basis, right? They overhead kind of lower, but they still got to go and hustle and bustle and get their money. You know what I'm saying? They grinding here. So their mentality is totally different. Right, and they run into so many different people here all the time, right? It's like back in the States, it's more of a dream back in the States for women back in the States. They have more of a dream, right? They know exactly where they want to go. These women just here just to get by, right? Just to have the basics of the basics, right? Just having a car, a place to stay, and they can just take care of each other. As long as they can do that, they fine and dandy. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes someone they want to get done, they get the hair done up, or they might get their body done or something like that. So it's a different mentality here, right? And they so beautiful. It's like it's beauty everywhere here. So it's like they so beautiful. It's like they got to do a little extra step just to be more beautiful than the next. You know what I'm saying? So someone they'll spend money on the hair, they'll spend money on the clothes, but it don't be as much. You know what I'm saying? But their mentality is just different. They don't care about it because they already beautiful. You know what I'm saying? They've been told that so much that they're beautiful. So they just automatically feel like they're beautiful. You know what I'm saying? They feel like they way better than everybody else. You get what I'm saying? You can't, and also the language barrier. It's like you can't talk to them the way you talk to a woman in the States. You know what I'm saying? Especially like I can't express myself the way I want to express myself if I don't know the language, right? Even if you know the basic of the basic language, like they lingo different. So when the Dominican dude talk to them, it's kind of like they know that shit off real. Like they kind of like get right off real. When we talk to them and we don't know too much Spanish, it be broken Spanish and shit like that. So I feel most of the time they don't take a gringo serious. You get what I'm saying? So it's like the language barrier different, and so it's like you can't feed their emotional needs like a Dominican man can feed their emotional needs when it comes to communicating. So you really can't get to their mind how you want to get to their mind. You get what I'm saying? So it's a different. If you don't know Spanish, it's different. You can't get to their mental like that off real, and if they don't know English off real, they really not gonna really understand you like that. You know, you ain't gonna really be able to lock them down how you want to lock them down and really make them feel how you want to feel emotionally. They're not gonna understand your emotional needs like a woman back home, a black woman back home, or American woman back home. They're not gonna understand your emotional needs like that. You get what I'm saying? Like they didn't grow up off of the music you grew up off of. They didn't grow up off the movies you watched and you grew up off of, right? The games and the people and the things you learned in life and the morals and principles, and they didn't grow up off all that stuff. So their morals and principles different. Even though basically women are everywhere the same in the basic needs, but it can get complicated. It can get complex, right? It can get difficult. Because like I said, if you're not talking to them how they men talk to them, they really not gonna be on the same mental and physical timeline as you. You get what I'm saying? So when you learn other people, you kind of learn. So when you learn that, it kind of, especially me, when I learned that, it kind of like made me understand, like, okay, everybody living different. You can't control the woman how you want to control her. So that tells me, like, future-wise, you know, if you want to have a family or something like that, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna take a while to really, even more to really build that foundation, a serious foundation. Like you can build a foundation with anybody. We do it back home. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about that longevity. If you want that longevity, you really gotta be locked in with that person. You really gotta be locked in with that person if you really want that longevity. So like I said, leave it different. So I'm saying, just imagine how that would go with different countries, like different ethnic groups, right? Different types of people, you know what I'm saying? Different types of women or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then, like I said, you really gotta, and then being in that environment, like I said, if you don't understand that environment, your woman gonna look at you differently now. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be man enough to understand the environment you're living in. So if you do live in that environment, you know what I'm saying, South America or Dominican Republic or Mexico or China or Thailand or anywhere with a different language, right? And if you don't understand that language, then that's the majority of what people talk. The majority of what people talk there, you know, you ain't gonna be able to be that man you want to be to really lead. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna come with it too, being in different environments. But that kind of up your mental. Like I say, information. If you're not learning, bro, and you out here lost.